Hello, hello you people in YouTube land. How do you do? So, what are we doing today? Well, we're doing a top 5. Yes, a top 5. Counting from the top number 5 to number 1 of my favorite fried kway teow stalls in Singapore. So, all these choices are in my personal opinion. So, if yours is different, it's different. And I can only review the food as and when I receive it. If it is better when his grandfather cooked it, or if it's when his father cooked it, no. That doesn't really matter much in the, because I'm doing a review of when I went there and when I ate it. So most of the stalls you see here, you have seen before in the previous top 5, and that's because it takes skill to cook a plate of fried kway teow consistently. You know, the ingredients are very simple, but the way you control your flame, how you cook your dish, to cook it, which manner, what ingredients you use, everything all takes skill and all takes time to learn. And so most of the stalls in this video would be, they are familiar. They have been here before in my last top 5. And so we'll start off my top 5 list with fried kway teow, char kway teow, one of my favorite dishes. So this is the top 5, in my opinion, the best fried kway teow in Singapore. We'll start off with the number 5 of the top 5 best char kway teows in Singapore. Number 5. This is our top 5. Number 5 at this place called Chinatown Complex in Chinatown in Singapore. And on the second floor, you have one of the biggest food centers in Singapore. And at this food center, they sell my my 5th favorite char kway teow, fried kway teow in Singapore. And it is in the yellow table zone at one corner. And the name of the store is called Hill Street Fried Kway Teow. They are only open 3 days a week. So if you want to eat this fried kway teow, you have to come during the times they are open. And here, even though it's not related to the one in Bedok South food center, this fried kway teow is a very good fried kway teow. And this is the store that you need to come to try it. And this fried kway teow is good. And you may have to queue up for a while. And here it is. I ordered a large portion of fried kway teow. It cost me $4. And first of all, I must say, it's a very good plate of fried kway teow. You can smell the wok hei or the wok flavor coming from the noodles. Well fried noodles, both kway teow and noodles, yellow noodles, fried together with bean sprouts and other ingredients. And I must say, it does have a nice pork-like flavor coming from here. Savory. So, first of all, this fried kway teow is slightly different than the other Singaporean version fried kway teow in the sense that it is more savory than sweet. So if you do not like the sweet kind of fried kway teow, then you may enjoy this fried kway teow. And they fry it very well. You have nice soft tender noodles, then contrasting it with crunchy bean sprouts, and then flavored with other ingredients like the Chinese sausage, eggs, which gives it a very eggy flavor, some prawns, and definitely pork lard and cockles, all giving this dish a very delicious, very nice, savory, yummy, char kway teow, eggy, delicious flavor. This fried kway teow is good from the first bite to the last bite. It's cooked freshly when you order it. good, savory flavors, nice deep fried kway teow okay flavor. Ooh, I must say, I do enjoy this fried kway teow quite a lot. Nice interplay of textures too, from the soft kway teow noodles to the crunchy bean sprouts, which is still crunchy even after being cooked. The cockles, slightly cooked, still raw on the inside. But what I really like here is the flavor, the overall flavor of these noodles. They do it very well here. It's a nice balance of savory and pork lard. Totally yummy. Only issue is for $4 the portion size isn't really that generous. Remember, this is supposed to be the large version. And then of course the shop only opens 3 times a week, so it is not available to eat whenever I want to eat it. But food wise, price wise, I must say I have no complaints there. The food, they do it very well, tasty, yummy, delicious, and definitely pork lard. The pork lard is also very, they use chunks of pork lard too. Very hard to find, especially for a savory fried kway teow, which seems to be more popular nowadays than last time. Last time you can find more of the fried kway teow, the sweet version. Now a lot of them turning more savory or less sweet. But still, this place here, a very good place for fried kway teow, char kway teow, yummy, delicious noodles, fried noodles. So good to the last bite. Yes, this is number 4, the top 4 of the best fried kway teow in Singapore. The 4th. For our number 4 pick, we are heading to another location in the island, to Telok Blangah Crescent at this food center. And we are coming here during the evening time because this store opens during that time. And it also sells char kway teow, my number 4th pick of the best char kway teow in Singapore, and it is at this place. So the name of the place is actually called Fried Kway Teow Char Kway Teow, and here they also sell char kway teow, but the store only opens from 5 p.m. onwards. And the uncle here, with 50 years of experience, will cook each dish individually, so that's why there's a queue. So I ordered from this store their large portion, which cost me $5, and as you can see, it is definitely a huge portion, good big portion size for a large, and there's lots to eat here. But the first thing you're hit with is the smell emanating from this fried kway teow. It does have an amazing smell. And when you eat it, it is also good. So first of all, I must say the noodles here are moist. Not wet, but moist. Much moister than number 5 previously. But still great bouquet coming from the noodles. And the usual ingredients you see there, with kway teow and yellow noodles cooked together with crunchy bean sprouts. And cockles that are very cooked, very. And the flavor here is nice and eggy, savory but still slightly sweet. Very good bouquet flavor coming, and as you can see, also big pieces of pork lard in there. What I really enjoy here with these noodles is definitely there's the portion size. For a large, this gives you more than enough to fill your tummy. You will not go hungry later. And the noodles, I really do like it. Done very well, cooked expertly, done well. Only issue I have is the depth of the flavor. Even though it is really good, smells delicious, it doesn't smell, it smells better than it tastes. The depth of flavor isn't really there, but it is still a very very good, a very very yummy, a very very delicious fried kway teow, and they give you huge portion size. But you need to come here to this food center to eat it, and it's slightly out of the way from the city. Yeah, it's not a place for open for breakfast or lunch, only dinner time. Only thing is, I'm not a fan of cockles that are too raw, and in my personal opinion, you know, some people may prefer it, the cockles to be raw. Here it is very slightly cooked, very very slightly cooked, but still very good flavor, totally yummy, good, delicious, ample portion size, and I must say people do come here to eat this fried kway teow, even though it's still slightly out of the way from the city. But not regretting coming here, you know, enjoying the portion size, enjoying the price, enjoying the fried kway teow. Is that a 3? No. But this is the top 3, the number 3 best fried kway teow in Singapore. Number 3. This is Pasar 16 at Bedok, which is in Bedok South, and the Bedok South Food Center. And we are here for the number 3, the top 3, number 3. And this place here, in the past, when I did my first top 5 char kway teow video, this stall at this food center was my number 1 choice. Unfortunately, it has dropped to number 3, not because the food is terrible, just that at the time, at the day that I ate the other char kway teows, somehow it tastes better. But this place still is a favorite place. People still queue up. No matter when you come to this store, if this store is open, there will be a queue. And the name of the store is called Hill Street Fried Kway Teow, a very very popular stall at this food center. And people come here and are willing to queue up just for this plate of noodles. And so I'm here to have it again. And here it is. They standardized the price. It cost me $4 for this plate of fried kway teow, and for $4, I must say the portion size is okay, but because the noodles is so good, I would have preferred if I could order a bigger portion. But still, for $4, the portion size is okay. But what you get from here, the big buts, is that the noodles are well fried. The smell coming up from here is amazing, and of course what you get is the usual fried kway teow ingredients, but the owner cooks it well, very very well, and you get here a very very good, very very well fried with wok hei and ingredients, everything all done well. A very very good fried kway teow, much better than most places you get in Singapore. And here, the fried kway teow here is a bit drier than your usual Singapore style fried kway teow, but if I'm looking for the taste of Singapore style fried kway teow, this is what I would come for. It tastes like it, and it is very very good, very delicious, very 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 yummy. So what we have here, first of all, is a very well fried plate of noodles with tremendous delicious smell coming from it, making it totally yummy. And it's a very very well fried plate of noodles. You have the kway teow noodles, which is the flat rice noodles cooked until tender. Then you have the yellow noodles, which has a more bite texture to it, so it gives you a different contrasting bite texture to the kway teow noodles. Then paired together with the crunchy bean sprouts, which gives it a very nice crunch. And then you have the flavors here is really really good, nice wok hei coming from here. And then you have the cockles, which is slightly cooked, No, not totally raw. Some people may not like it, but I like it better this way. Then the flavor again, you have the eggy flavor, and also paired nicely with the sweet dark soya sauce flavor. So the flavors coming here, you get more of a savory sweet fried kway teow. Very, very appetizing, very, very yummy, and I know why. In the past, I gave it my number one for the previous top 5. It is a very, very good plate of noodles. But the only problem I have with these noodles is that, first of all, I don't live nearby. So to come to eat, you have to come quite a distance to eat, and the queue. The queue here, there's always a queue. So if you want to eat this dish, you have to queue up. Even during off-peak period, you need to queue up for at least 30 minutes to 45 minutes just for this plate of fried kway teow. So even though I have no issue with the food, I have no issue with the price. There are some downsides to cooking good food. People come a long, long way just to eat your food and queue up to eat it. Yes, we are almost towards the end. This is the the number 2 best fried kway teow in Singapore. Number 2. For our next food item, for our number 2, we have to come all the way to Ghim Moh, and we're coming to Ghim Moh Food Center to visit one of the stalls that have the longest queue here. And this place here, there's lots and lots of good food they can come to eat. You don't have to queue up. But I came here because my video is top 5 char kway teows in Singapore, in my opinion. And one of the places is in here, so I had to queue up. I queued up for almost 1 hour. And the name of the store is called Guan Ki Fried Kway Teow. And the people do come here and queue up because they are only open 3 times a week, and only from the morning until they sell out, which is normally before the end of lunch. And I came here, I ordered their large portion, which is $5 of fried kway teow. First of all, portion size. The portion size here, I just say it's okay. It is not generous, it is not big, it's just okay. And what I like first of all is the smell coming from here. The smell is fantastic. But I have to admit, look wise, this is not a pretty dish. It's just different shades of brown. But for those people who love fried kway teow, Singapore style fried kway teow, then this looks fantastic. So, one thing is, when you taste the noodles, first of all, it is the dry version. Even though it's a Singaporean style fried kway teow, it is not sweet. When you taste it, it's more eggy, more savory, but it does have a very nice, deep, savory flavor that is very, very appetizing, very, very yummy. And you have your usual ingredients in there, just that you also have a bit of leafy green vegetables. Then, when you bite into the noodles, first of all, the yellow noodles and the kway teow, which is the flat rice noodles, cooked until tender. Very nice. Nice contrast to the crunchy, crispy bean sprouts. And then you also have egg, lots of egg. Nice blending of savory flavors. And the cockles here, yes, the cockles here is slightly cooked, just the way I like it. Overall, I must say the flavors here are very, very good, very, very appetizing, very, very, very yummy. Once you start eating, you can't stop. The only issue I have with this is similar to the number 3. Yeah, the egg, I don't know why it's such a big piece of egg. Anyway, the only issue I have with here is not with the food. The food, they do it well, but the queue. You have to wait. I waited 1 hour just to get my food. So I think most of the reason why there's always a long queue is because the store is only open 3 times a week, and because of that, people who like this dish, who come here just to eat this dish, are willing to queue up and wait for a long time, and a lot of them also take away packets, take home and eat. So that's why the queue is much longer, and you cannot really blame the owners for only opening 3 days a week, because the owners here who cook all the dish, they are already getting on in age, so you know, it's understandable. But I must say, noodles here done very well. I really like the deep flavor of the char kway teow here. Very appetizing, very yummy, something that you should come here and try. And yeah, but if you do want to try, please be prepared. Come on the day they are open, be prepared to queue. I think if you come here earlier, like really breakfast time, early breakfast time, then you know, your queue maybe a little shorter. There are still good fried kway teows out there, but it didn't make the top 5. Here are some honorable mentions. This is honorable mention number 1. We are at Zion Riverside Food Center, and we are going to number 18 Zion Road Fried Kway Teow. And this store here is a popular store at this food center, and we're coming here for the Singaporean style fried kway teow. Yes, this store makes it well. And I ordered from them the large portion fried kway teow, $8. And I must say, it is a huge portion. It's very filling. And what you get is, you get the Singaporean style fried kway teow. You get first of all a nice wok hei smell, the wok flavor coming from the noodles, very appetizing, and lots of pork lard too. But here the flavor is mainly, the main flavor profile is sweetness coming from the sweet dark soya sauce that we use to flavor the noodles, and it's sweet and slightly garlicky, and it is a good fried kway teow. Just that it didn't make it to my top 5, because unlike other places have a deeper flavor. Some of them even have a very nice balance of other flavors too, not only sweet, like a nice balance of sweet, savory, and even spicy. But here the noodles is very good, don't get me wrong, a very good version of Singaporean style fried kway teow. I do like it. I do come here once in a while and eat this sweet, yummy fried kway teow. Yes, there are lots of good fried kway teows out there, and it didn't make the list. So this is another honorable mention. Honorable mention number 2. And we're heading to this place here called Versailles Food Center, and we're looking for our next fried kway teow stall, and it's here at this stall. Yes, this stall called Pork Key Fried Kway Teow, and they do sell a popular plate of fried kway teow. If you come here during peak hours, during dinner time, you do have to wait in the queue for quite a while. This store here opens slightly after lunch, and then sells all the way until dinner time is over. And if you come here and get this plate of fried kway teow, I ordered the large portion, and I must say, portion wise, quite okay. For $4, very cheap. You know, for large, still okay. Portion size, slightly better portion than other places, but I must say, they do fry the kway teow very well. And the uncle fried the kway teow when you order it, 1 plate at a time. So that's why during the peak hours there is quite a queue and you must wait a while. But when you taste the fried kway teow, the fried kway teow is done very well. The flavor profile is slightly more savory than sweet, but the flavor is also lighter. Not so heavy, not so deep, not so intense as other places, but still a very good plate of fried kway teow. I do really enjoy it, and they do it very well here, and it is cheap. And if you're in the area, this is definitely one of the places that you have to drop by and try. And finally, we are here at my number one. Yes, number one, the best one choice for fried kway teow in Singapore. Number one, best fried kway teow. And we are here at this place. It will look familiar to you because this place is Hong Lim Food Center, and it's my number one choice for the best fried kway teow, char kway teow in Singapore. And if you come here to this two-story food center, you can find lots of good food. And one of the popular foods at this place is fried kway teow. And so join the queue. And I came here slightly after lunchtime, and I came to this place to order the food called Orchard Park Fried Kway Teow Mee. So how the uncle does it is he cook the fried kway teow in a big wok, then separate out into plates and then distribute out. And this is a place that you do have to come during off-peak period, because during peak period the queue is quite long, but off-peak you don't have to wait very long like me. So I came here during slightly after lunch time and have some fried kway teow. So one thing they did is they actually standardized the price $4 per plate, and I ordered it with chili. Portion size, I must say it is okay, not super generous, but good value for the price. And what you're getting is the dry version of the Singaporean fried kway teow. As you can see, it is not very wet, but it does have a very nice deep flavor, nice balance of flavor, done very well, and that's why it's my favorite, my number one choice of fried kway teow in Singapore. Because when I come here, the quality of the fried kway teow is consistent most of the time, and it tastes good. It has a very nice deep flavor with simple ingredients, cooked well. You cannot replicate this type of quality and at home, and it takes you years of experience, knowing how to control the fire, control the flame, how to put in the ingredients, what to put in, how to cook it, when's the right way to fry it correctly. Everything all takes experience, all takes time to learn, and this stall does that very well. And so what you get is a very good fried kway teow dish. Very yummy, very delicious, so good. Yes, I am totally going to enjoy this dish. And as you can see here, another thing I like is, since the queue is not too long, after I finish this dish, if I want more, I can always get some more by joining the queue. And since the queue is not too long, I don't have to, and then I can eat again very soon. So what you have first of all is to have noodles cooked until tender, kway teow noodles, which is the flat rice noodles together with yellow noodles, and then cooked until tender, soft and tender. Then you have the crunchy bean sprouts. Yes, the crunchy bean sprouts, which gives it a nice different texture, bite texture to the fried kway teow. And then the taste here, I really do like the taste. It does have a nice sweet dark soy sauce flavor, but also complemented very well with an eggy savory flavor. So you have, and also one more thing, I ordered this char kway teow with chili. The chili here is slightly more spicy than other places, and it gives you a nice spicy flavor. So you have a nice balance of spicy, sweet, and savory and eggy all together. And that is very appetizing, very delicious. I totally like it. Yummy for my tummy. And then, in addition to that, you also have the pork lard crunchiness. So each bite you take, after you taste the tenderness of the noodles and the crunchiness of the bean sprouts, towards the end you get the crunch of the pork lard. Yes, the pork lard gives it nice crunch, also a nice pork lard flavor and fragrance too. So overall here, I must say this fried kway teow, they do it very well, and it's my number one, my best pick that I enjoy at this food center and in Singapore, in my opinion. So if you do come down to Singapore, this food center, this is one of the dishes that you have to try. You will regret it if you don't, and it is good to the last bite. Yummy for my tummy. And this brings us to the end. Yes, the end of our top 5. My favorite fried kway teow, char kway teow in Singapore, in my opinion. I hope you like it. And oh yes, in 1 month's time, we are doing a new series called What's Good to Eat. And the first place we are going to is Amoy Street Food Center. Join me for that in 1 month's time.